Alright guys, welcome back. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an update of what's been going on with the server. A couple things you can see. I installed the 5-bay hot swap bay. But before we get into this, I do have a new... this is an Elements drive. A lot of people check these, as well as the Easy Store drives. I've seen a lot of interesting videos online on how to open them. Everyone's like busting them and doing so many things that are like make it look more complicated than it needs to be. So I figured I'd do one right here right quick. Hopefully this works out. But got me an old Walgreens card. So I'm just gonna try and get this in. Now the Elements and the Easy Store open up the same. But you're just going to jam that in there. There's two of them on the other side. Cram this one in there. And got that one in there. And we'll do the other side now. And once you get all four of them in there, you see that there's some space in there. And the last piece, run along this edge to make room for like a flat tip screwdriver. Or sometimes it'll just pop loose. As you see, it's already popped loose. Take the little pieces out, because if you get another drive, you want to use these again. And then just slides out, just like that. And there we have it. A 8 terabyte Western Digital white label drive. EMA WD80 EMAZ. So there's that. Now that we got this out, we're gonna go back over to the computer. I'll show you just a quick rundown. I decided to go with Unraid, so we gotta go and stop the array, shut down the computer, and then we're gonna get this installed, and I'll give you a tour on the inside. All right, so let's do it.
All right, so here is my Unraid setup. This is the dashboard. Nothing. This just kind of gives you like a brief glance overview of everything that's running and the status of everything. Let's see. My CPU, the i5-9400. This is my motherboard, the Mags Z390 Tomahawk MSI board. Got a handful of Dockers here. Like I said, this was originally supposed to be just my Plex server, so that's its primary function. And so I'm working on a personal cloud setup. It's not done yet, but so I gotta go over here. Here's the array. These are my first 8 terabyte drives I have. 2 for data and 1 for parity. A cache drive. I swapped out the one I originally had. I think I showed you guys a 128 gigabyte M.2 drive, but I since swapped that out for something larger. And the SSD that was seen in a previous video is here. Using a plugin called Unassigned Devices, I was able to mount that to where it's not part of the array, and I'm using that just for Plex metadata. I'm eventually going to change some of the settings in Plex and allow it to make video thumbnails, which would be pretty cool. Now, in the cabinet, if you remember, or maybe you've seen the video in the beginning, the very bottom, there's that RAID server, and that's this right here. There's not much in it right now. I just got a few like cheap throwaway drives that I just kind of toss in there, just kind of experiment with that. So, but what we gotta do now, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the array. And after this stops, we're gonna go ahead and shut it down. So then I'll give you a tour. All right, so now my array is shut down here. So this is how it all looks. I'm able to select different drives and everything else to add to the array. So we're going to be adding the new 8 terabyte drive to as a parity, I think, and then I'll have one more later on that I'll add. So all right, so let's go ahead and shut this down. It's going to go ahead and shut down the array, and we'll go back over to the server, and I'll kind of give you a tour on the inside.
All right. So here is the slim DVD drive that I got that I had mentioned in the previous video, and our 5. This is an IC dock hot swap bay. Moving on into inside here. So everything is pretty much put together. I had to get this adapter for the Slim DVD. It's not hooked up yet because, well, this isn't the power supply that I was intending on using. Unfortunately, the one I wanted to use, I didn't have any of the modular cables, so I had to order them. So until that comes in, this is what we're running. Another thing that I didn't have in the previous video is this SATA card. It's an 8-port SATA card, non-RAID. I'll probably upgrade that later. Let's see, my cache. That's my SSD, the M.2. It does have a heat sink on it because, well, when I first running it, it would run quite warm, and I'd have to, like, you know, stop copying or moving files over until it, you know, cooled down. So that heat sink is, yeah, it's definite must. So if your M.2 drive came with a heatsink, there's a good reason for it. And so I do plan on swapping out this this bay because the cooling isn't as adequate as I would like. I'm probably going to post this and sell it on eBay or something and buy the updated revised model of this. The cooling fan does work, it does move air, but the slits behind it are very small and not very adequate as far as cooling is concerned. So as far as additional drives, this only holds a 5, but these two things here will allow me to add 2 additional drives should I decide to do that later on. I'm not sure if I would include something like this into the array. I might have to upgrade the whole thing later on, but another thing that you didn't see in a previous video, you can kind of see it back there. It's a 120mm fan. It helps bring more cooling into the case, and so that's it. So let me get this mounted, and we'll get that drive installed. So my hot swap bay. These first 3 are currently filled. First one is my parity, and the other 2 are data. I think what I want to do is go ahead and move these first 2 over. I know it's a different SATA port, but the way Unraid works, it matches the serial numbers of the drives for the assigned drives in the array, not by port. So moving these over, I shouldn't have any problems. So it's pretty simple and straightforward. Just like that. Okay. And now, a new drive. Hold up the latching lever there. Slide that. And just like that. Alright, we'll fire it up. Go on back over to the server or the desktop, and I'll show you the next things we have to do next.
Alright, so here we are. We're back to the main page of our array, and we have this one drive right here. Now, before we can add this to our array, we need to run it through what's called a pre-clear. So I'll be assigning that drive right here to the parity, but not right now. Let's go ahead and get the array started back up. Alright, we're back up, and our Docker for Plex should be running again. So I installed here, I'll show you. I installed a few plugins. Boy, it's taking its time today. What's going on? There we go. Community applications, which will give you this tab right here. Alright, so we're going to go over here to the apps tab, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to do a search for if I can type pre-clear. And this is a Docker container. This is not the one I want to use. I'm going to want to use the pre-clear disk, and we're just going to install that plugin. It only takes a moment for it to download and install. And once it's done, if you go over here, tools, there's a new tool down here under disk utilities. And now if we go back to main, any device that's available for pre-clear will have this little icon next to it. So that it's pretty handy. But we'll go ahead and run it out of tools and click pre-clear. So I'm not going to want to pre-clear this one, obviously, because that's my cache drive for whatchamacallit, Plex. So right here we can click start pre-clear. I'm just going to leave this. Here it is, the Western Digital 8 terabytes, and I'm just going to do an operation clear, and I want to run this for 2 cycles. I'm going to do browser notifications, and every cycle and step end. Alright, we'll do that. Okay, then we'll just click start, and this takes a very long time. The last drive I pre-cleared, I want to say I started it Saturday. It didn't get done till Monday night, so this is going to take quite a while. So that's why I don't want to do anything. So yeah, so there's nothing more I can show you in this particular video. So I'm just going to call this array and all that good stuff. And yeah, so if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. And if you have any tips or advice or suggestions of things to try in a future video, be sure to let me know in the comment section below as well. If you haven't already done so and you want to get subscribed so you keep coming back seeing more of these kind of videos, some of my gaming videos, which I'm planning on doing a Game Boy Advance hack here shortly. Don't miss that. Be sure to click that subscribe button, click the bell icon, become part of that notification squad, and we'll see you in the future video. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.